Thank you. I may have to leave a little early, so I hope that's okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's great. So Elia, do you use Docusign or do you use digital ink?
Docusign.
Perfect. Okay. Do you have Docusign attached to your zip forms?
My zip forms? Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Trying to share my screen. Hi, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Let's see. I'm wondering, are you guys seeing my Docusign screen right now?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
Lauren, do you have Docusign or do you use digital ink?
I use digital ink, but I keep wanting to get Docusign. I just don't know how to do it.
Okay, well, you would be calling their phone number,
Oh, okay.
which is, let's see. It's going, today, zip forms and Docusign seem to be going very slowly.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can get out of, okay, so. Contact and support. Oh, you know, everybody likes to hide their phone numbers.
I know. Phone numbers are so hard to find anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so these are their plans that they have right now. I do know that if you were to get Docusign, you do need to tell them that you're a realtor.
Okay.
And there's special pricing for realtors.
Is there a special plan that we should get?
Let me see.
Better? Or that you like better?
I like the one, what do I have? I'm not even sure what I have. Oh, there's the phone number right up there. Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
877-720-2040.
Yes.
Okay, so that's theirs. Let me see if I can go back.
So you have to call them to sign up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Trying to see if I can see what plan I have, because I do know there's two. Oh, okay, what plan? Real estate. This one's $220.
Uh-huh.
And the reason if you tell them the price, they should be able to help you figure it out.
Okay.
It's the real estate one that's $220 a year.
Okay.
Unlimited envelopes. I'm pretty sure there's a difference in the basic plan versus the real estate plan, or the plan I use. And one of the big things about that is there's different options. So I'm gonna show you real quick how to start an envelope.
Is it like a file in digital ink?
Yeah, you can do it once you get Docusign. You link digital ink through it. Right now, I can show you how to do it if you just get a PDF in an email. So I go into Docusign sometimes just into the Docusign account, and sometimes I do it directly from digital ink.
Okay.
So if you were to go into Docusign, you'd hit new, envelope, you would upload. So this would be like if you got a purchase contract on your listing, this would be how I would go about sending it in. You can pick stuff from your downloads or from your desktop. We're just going to do this, open, and you can keep adding more and more and more. You pick your signer. If they've already been, if you've already signed something to them, then they should come up from your address book. If you were adding multiple people to this, you can have them needs to sign or receives a copy. So if you were doing something and you needed to send it to your TC, you could send it to your buyers and then add your TC on as receive a copy. Or if it's an escrow amendment, you could add the escrow officer on so that they would receive a copy. I would say this is the home warranty for 3101 2nd Street.
So Nikki, is this only when you're about to have something signed? This doesn't take the place of like zip forms or anything, right?
Right. It's not gonna, you're not gonna find the documents in Docusign. You would put the documents into Docusign to get them signed. So I'll show you in just a moment how to do it through zip forms. Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
So a big tip right now, in the subject line of everything that I send out for digital signature, I always do the address and what it is. And you'll see that a little more clearly when we jump back into my completed documents and my waiting. You'll see why I do that.
Okay.
So I have my document here. This is who it's going to. This is the subject line. This is the message. I hit next. So now here's the document that I just uploaded. This is the person that's signing. These are all the options you have with my account. So I think the bottom tier account, you don't have what don't you have? You don't have the note option. I don't think you don't have the markup tool. And I think you have the text. I'm not sure if you don't have radio buttons. So you want to make sure that you get the plan that has those options. So signature is obviously, you drag and drop it. That's your signature tab. And your date signed. You can delete things if you put the wrong thing. You drag and drop it back. This is initials. This just puts their full name in, so you don't have to type it in. This is company. So when I get things from other agents that don't show your guys' company information, when I drag and drop your signature, then I just put your company and it'll type out Coldwell Banker Coastal Alliance. Title, I don't use very much. Text, I do use. So anytime I've had, say something forgot the APN number, I'll drag and drop a text box, and then I'll come here to the side, and I'll type it in. If you're typing in the information and you click read only, it'll show up so that everybody can see it, but nobody can change it. If you want to do a text box for somebody else to fill out, say you need the buyer to put in their phone number, you can put a text box, make it a required field so the system will make them sign it. And then in that case, I don't make it read only because they're going to change it. But I put this little note, it's like a sticky note. It doesn't come out on the completed document, but the person who's signing it can see it. I'll say, please fill in your below. Let's see, radio buttons. I'm going to leave that there so we can see it. Radio buttons are what you could use if the client has to check a yes or no box. So you can pull and drag a checkbox. Sorry, I didn't want to do that.
Nikki, is one any easier for the client, or is it mostly just dependent on you and like how much easier it is for us? Like the client, they do the same kind of thing, right?
I still think that Docusign is easier than Digital Ink.
Oh, really?
There's just, I always forget I need to write it down. I always remember as I'm teaching it. I do both of them, but they don't have notes like this in Digital Ink. It's a little bit simpler for clients to use Docusign. And I can show you in this class so you can see. Okay, so signature. So you can drag and drop a text box. You can make it read only, and you can fill in the checkbox. So this, this is what I use when I get a purchase contract and we're on the page, what is it, 9 or 10, and we're saying subject to the attached counteroffer. I just put the checkbox there myself. If we were doing something where, say, I needed the buyer or the seller to pick, I drag and drop this radio button and it gives me 2 options. So if it was yes and no, you just put it like that and the system will make the buyer choose one or the other. Okay. So there's this markup tool. I don't use it often. Every now and then, for whatever reason, something has a wrong, you know, like it said Coldwell Banker Residential, and I didn't want to make everybody redo it. I could just cross that out and then type residential above it. Or if it was a addendum that nobody agreed to, you could just do a line across it. So we'll hit send. Okay, so as you can see, I have lots of sent things in my email. I have a couple of people that send things out of my email, and you can kind of see where they send things, like that one. I don't know what that document is. I don't know what this document is. The reason I put the names of the documents, like AVID or contingency removal or manufactured home purchase agreement or listing agreement documents, is so that I know exactly where to find them. If I just go here and type in 331 terminal, because I needed to find something, I wouldn't know what this is unless I actually open it to look at it. But I know that these are updated disclosures, these are items from the other agent, and this is not even terminal. That's Del Monte. So that's why I add those. You go over here for waiting for others. Okay, so I can see that I sent Julie and Lewis this. Lewis signed it. Copy's been received, but Julie hasn't even looked at it yet. I can see rock spray signed. It'll tell me if they viewed it and haven't signed it.
So Nikki, these are all in the same envelope, right? Like all these documents that you have, this is all in one, like would be like file box. Is that correct?
Yes, these are all of these are separate envelopes that are all waiting for other people to sign.
Oh, okay.
So these have all been sent, but for whatever reason, oh, like this one, you can see here Fred signed it. He looked at it, but he did not sign it. So that's a nice, quick, easy way to see things. One of the great things about Docusign is if I click on here, so Heidi needs to sign it, Barbara hasn't even looked at it. But if I go in here and I need to make a correction, I can still correct these documents. So I can hit more, go back, sorry, back, and delete it. Not letting me see it. Oh, this isn't mine. Haha, this is from Heidi's Docusign. Let me see one that I just sent. I can resend it. I can correct it. I can. So I hit correct. I could go in and add more documents to this. If say all of a sudden I sent this whole Docusign out and then, you know, Murphy's Law, half hour later, I get 4 more things that need to be signed. I don't have to wait. I can go in and add more documents to this already signed envelope. So I could just upload. Not gonna do it, but I could just upload that. Hit next. I could add a signature if I forgot a signature. I can add another person to sign this document. And then I correct it. That feature alone is a huge separation between Digital Ink, which is free, and Docusign. The ease of correcting a document in Docusign is so much better. So that's what the site looks like. That's what it looks like if you send just from there. Now I'm going to share my...
What does it look like when you go straight from zip forms to Docusign? Like I'm having a hard time figuring out where the separation is.
I'm going to show you right now. So I'm in, do you see my zip forms now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my file.
Okay.
I hit e-sign.
Next.
Okay. Let's just do this one. Okay, parking and storage disclosure.
Okay.
If you see right there, it says signing service is Docusign.
Got it.
If I want to, I can choose not to use Docusign.
So Nikki, when we're in zip forms, does the signing service box automatically pop up below there? I don't think I've noticed it before.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And actually, right now, I'm going to go back to that because Digital Ink is changing within the next few months. So I'll show you that. So right now I'm still in the same process as digital ink. I'm just going to check that signer, the seller is going to sign, close. Zip form's running really slow today, so I have to apologize. I hit next, and this is when it switches into Docusign.
Got it. Thanks. Now I get it. This was slow like this on me a couple days ago.
Yeah, I was trying to do something just in getting in. Okay, so it's not gonna go in for me right now. This is what, so let's see, you don't see that. I switched back to my Docusign account because it did, for whatever reason, it didn't pull up Docusign. And that is the document we just were looking at in zip forms. And normally after that swirling circle happens, I'd come to this screen. And it already tags the envelopes for you, just like it does in digital ink. This is one of the forms where I do actually use text boxes. If you don't already know whether the seller, what the parking space numbers are, you could drag and drop a text box. This is also where I use radio buttons because the seller needs to check whether there is or is not parking included with the property. And then I hit send. So I'm just going to show you real quick. I'm going to come over here.
It's almost more visible to the signer.
It is, and I'm going to show you, you can see my email right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how Docusign looks. This is the first one I did. And the client just hits this review document spot. They hit continue, start, signature. And then this is where I said, that's my sticky note that I did. Fill in your phone number. Seven. And then this is the checkbox. So I can switch from either or, say it was yes or no, and then finish. And that's really how easy it is for a client to do it.
So it doesn't have the do you want to review or not review choice?
You can click that. You can go, hold on. So that was the first one I did. And there you see it comes back completed. And it says completed in the email, and it attaches that document. So I just wanted to show you this real quick. There's that note is not there anymore, just what I typed in. Okay, this is the one I sent from Zip Forms. So I agree to use electronic signatures. Continue. So they can just scroll if they want to review it and read it. They don't have, once they hit start is when everything jumps from thing to thing. But if they just scroll, they'll be able to review the document. So if I hit start, the first thing I need to do is check seller has been using parking space number this, or it's not included. I have been using it. Click on the signature. The first time somebody uses Docusign, they're always going to have to adopt their signature. This is the one that it gives you. If they're doing it on their phone or their iPad or a touch screen, they can draw their signature or they can change their style. Adopt and sign. So then I tagged it and then they hit finish. All right, let's see if we can do this again. Are you looking at my zip forms again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's try this again. The swirling circle of death. Oh. Document.
I've been scared to switch over to Docusign because I feel like I was just starting to get digital ink. But I
They're
guess
not too much different, and especially since you're going to do most of your stuff where it's going to be connected, it's going to look the same. Let's see if we can get this to do this.
I have a question, Nikki.
Sure.
I noticed like the last couple offers I've written, when I do it on digital ink and I go to send it, it already knows, it already highlights on the RPA and stuff, the lines where the signature is needed and the initials are needed. It does not have me drag anything over. It just does it automatically. Does Zip Forms do that too? I mean, does Docusign do that too?
Yes, yes, it does. So we're going to hit new. Oh, I only did addendum. Let's close this, go back. I'm going to add purchase agreement. Okay, so the signing service right now, for the last, I don't know how many years, everybody's been using Digital Ink 1.0. They're going to be switching soon to Digital Ink 2.0. There's really not that many differences. It's just a little bit more friendlier and newer looking. We'll probably do a class on that just so everybody can see what it looks like before their mandatory switch. So I added the purchase agreement document. I hit next. Oh, geez.
Isn't it going to change its name too to like Lone Wolf or something like that?
Yeah, it's, what did it say? Powered by, yeah, I don't know if you've seen it lately, but it keeps like kind of showing up. It's a wolf thing.
Yeah, like an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So now would be a good time if we're gonna have to learn something new soon anyway. Might as well do this then, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, Lauren, don't be like me, the old dog that can't learn a new trick.
I'm always scared. Have you used Docusign or you've always used digital ink?
I've always used digital ink because I just haven't been able to get DocuSign. I have to sit down and play with it.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is my computer was an ancient fossil and I have a new one now. So
Okay, so I'm gonna try, this is, I think we're having an issue with zip forms. So hold on, let me see if I can switch profiles. I know.
Nikki, have you ever had issues where zip forms just straight up won't let you in?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Not a lot. It used to happen a lot more to me, but I think about in the last month, I think it did happen once, but it hadn't happened for a very long time.
It happened to me a few days ago.
Did it?
Yeah, and I tried to even get in under like CRMLS way, and it still wouldn't let me in.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
It was just down.
I have to switch to Firefox to log on to zip forms. I can't go off of Google Chrome.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting. I do all mine and I have to do mine in incognito because I use different zip forms for different people. And if you try doing that in Google Chrome, it won't let you. It keeps logging you back into the very first account that you signed in.
Oh. Yeah, Lauren, try going on Firefox and logging
Maybe
on.
I will.
Okay. We'll go to sample road. Oh, this is almost painful. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Seller. I have a kitten sitting right in front of me watching.
Aw, those kittens are so cute, Nikki.
So bad. Oh my God.
I always hope when I'm looking at those pictures of yours, my son doesn't walk in.
Oh, right. I know, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really cute.
I wish I could have one.
You've got Cayenne though, Jamie.
I know Cayenne just simply wouldn't understand. And then I have Nala too, who lives
Oh.
under my bed upstairs, and I never see her. So
Aw. Are those kitties?
yeah, I got Nala. She was recovered at one of my listings on Lost Coyotes Diagonal. The gardener handed me a little tiny 1-pound kitten that was in the yard, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh, great, I get a feral kitten. Thanks.
yay. Okay, so we click the people. Come down here, close. For those of you that use digital ink, you know right now it says 1 and 2. You can change it right here to 1. Or if you just uncheck this box, it means that everybody's going to get it at the same time.
Ah.
Let's see. Cross our fingers. Next. Oh, there it goes. I need a property address. Because they don't want us to print out blank forms, it always makes you put in.
Oh, is that why you always have to have an address?
Yes, that's why you always have to have an address. They don't want you printing out blank forms. Okay.
Bennett, did you spell?
And then, you know, you can always add documents from your desktop by clicking here to add external documents. So if you were doing a purchase contract and you needed to add the proof of funds or the pre-approval, you can just click here and browse for it from your computer. Oh. Next. Next. It is not working with zip forms today. Let's see. Maybe it'll work up here. I apologize, you guys. those. Oh, cross our fingers. Okay. So that just went straight from Zip Forms into my Docusign account. Janie, see, it's already tagged everything just like it does in Digital Ink.
That's so sweet.
So one of the good things is in, here's another thing about Docusign. If say I forgot to put in this date prepared date, once I get here, I can add the date. Like I can drag and drop a date field. I don't think they used to have that in Zip Forms. The new version, I think, has it, but the older version does not.
Nikki, I did notice that with digital ink, when you bring the signature down and they sign, it automatically dates. Does that not do that here? Do you have to put that date signed box?
No, if you look, it did the date signed right there and right there.
Oh, you didn't do that. It did it. Got it.
Yeah, it did it itself. I just pulled it over because I forgot to date my listing agreement. So I pulled over that date. And then if you look, it does on the purchase agreement, it'll do the same as the listing agreement. It adds those extra little initials. And then you hit send. And close. So there it's in my digital ink that I sent it. Once it's completed, it's also going to come back into my Zip Forms. But I'll also get an email from Docusign as well. So there it is. This is the one thing with Zip Forms that can be a problem if people are using the same email address. I always have it go 1 and 2 because Gmail stacks them. Do you see how it did that? This one is for Brianna to sign, but this one is for me to sign. And the only reason I would know is because the message says Brianna Adams. And then down here it says Niki Conrad, but that can be confusing. So if they use the same, if your clients use the same email address, I have one person sign it, and then once they've finished, the second person signs it. So it's just the same as before. Click, click. And finish. Okay, any questions? No?
No, I'm good, and I have to get off now.
Okay.
Thanks for doing this, Nikki.
You're welcome, my pleasure. If you have
All right.
questions, you can call.
Okay, thanks, Nick. See you later.
So,
Bye.
Nikki, Bennett, turn that down, please. So to get that phone number, do I go to docusign.com or
Oh, did you write it down when I was looking at it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, hold on, let's see.
Because I was thinking I could just get on and look at it, but now that I think about it, if I don't have it, I can't get on.
Right.
I just thought of that. I'm like, wait a minute, if I don't have it, I'm not going to be able to get that number. I'll take a quick picture of it.
Okay.
So you just call and you tell them that you're a realtor. Do you have to tell them what company you're with or anything?
They might ask you, but of course.
And it's the $220 plan.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it, of course, now it's not popping up. What's
No, of course, because you know.
that would be too. Where was it? It was up at the very tip top.
Yeah, it was up here last time. Let's see. Support center.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Well, darn it.
It's okay. I'll look it up online. I'm sure that there's a number like, I mean, because how do people order it?
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I'm sure it's simple.
Go back one more. Admin. Elia, are you still on?
Who?
Elia was on earlier.
Yeah, I think it's just us and Nick.
Just us?
Just us and Nick, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
Okay, don't worry about it, Nikki. I can find it. That's not a problem. I just wasn't thinking. Oh, no.
No, that's our number. I got all excited too. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing me.
It's all right. I'll Google it and just get on the website, and I could probably even do it from there, maybe from the website.
Let's see. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Let me just take it. Got it. Thank you. Cheapers.
Although this one says a different one.
I think I got both.
Let's
Yeah, I
see.
got them both.
I'm gonna click it.
And then Nikki, real quick, this is side note. The Glide email that you sent me, that's
Mhm.
how I can do my AVID, right? From Glide?
No, that one was the one I sent to your seller and you got CC'd on it, but
Okay.
I will send you the Glide email. I didn't know if you wanted to do it, but I'll do that next. So you'll get that from me.
And then that's how I do my AVID, right?
Yeah.
And that goes straight to you?
Yep. Once it's complete. Yeah,
Okay. And you got into my zip forms, okay?
I did.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Nikki.
You're welcome. Okay. If you have any questions, call me.
I will. Thanks so much, Nick.
You're welcome. And you got this phone number too?
Is that the same one? Let me just do another
I'm
picture.
not sure if it is or not, but this one's actually says it's in Docusign, so,
Got it.
okay.
All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Have a good day.
You too. Have a good afternoon. Thanks, Nikki.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.